So today we are going to do a soft focus waterfall, and I have both my small color study that I did, and then I have the a photograph, and I printed this off. It's a little bit different color, you can see from my demo, but it's close enough that I'll use it. And so the colors may not be exact depending on either your image that you're looking at, but these are the colors that I've used, so I'll go with ultramarine for the dark part of the rock. And because this rock is on the darker purpley brown, I am using a lot more ultramarine in my mix this time, and I'm actually going to go over and get some of the Quin Rose and mix that in as well, so that it has a different look from the other rocks around it. I dried the back of my brush, and then I'm going to start at the upper edge, so I want to make sure that that's dark. Drying my brush again, just because I can take a little more paint out of it for any of the areas on my rock that are still wet from when I placed the water on there. And I am looking for any of the dark parts of the rock that I can put in, and some of them will have soft edges when they hit that water that's already on the paper. So I'm painting this on as the paper is still damp from putting the lighter color in there. You could put the lighter color on, dry it, and then come back and do this, but because this is a small enough area, I feel like I can get in there and do this now. And the other thing for this one is just making sure that your color is dark enough. Mine is probably going to dry a little light, so I may get some more color out here in just a second and add to this. So while I'm over in this lower section down here on mine, I noticed that the color that I put right here flowed more than I wanted it to, and so I lost some of the white of the paper in that area. So I am going to take my flat brush with a little bit of water, and I am going to see if I can lift a little bit of that white back. Those whites are going to be really nice to have in there, because that contrast between the darker part of the rock and the white of the water. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get enough up. I may have to use my stiffer scrubber brush of color. And I'm doing this on dry paper, and then if I feel like any of those edges need to be adjusted or go soft, then I can wait for it to dry just a little bit, and I can come in and solid rock comes forward. And then there are a couple edges down on the lower portion of this rock that are hard and soft edges. So I'm going to put them in as hard edges, and then I can come back and on the rock itself, even not even right up near the water, it's got some variety in those edges. So depending on where you're working. And I would probably err on the side of not necessarily taking out every hard edge, because especially in the foreground rocks and things, some of those hard edges are nice to have.